What is it like to start out 30 some years ago with no money? This is it.
We're standing in it.
We did it. So started in 1985, the end of the year, 85. And so we had this ranch, there's 40 acres here, and we've expanded our vineyards over the years to a few hundred acres, several hundred acres. The family has another 500 or 600 acres that we work with, and the winery we started building in 2002, and we're looking at our 17th crush this year.
The winery, all the fruit is all state fruit, and we process around 64,000 cases for our private label. As we do some custom crash.
When I started here, we had used barrels. We had over 200 used barrels that were a lot of babysitting, a lot of fixing, and then we started with our premium Terwaldigo program. The Terwaldigo is just such a bold wine, you need to have new oak, so we got 2 new oak barrels, and we were like, yay, we have new barrels. And then we added 2 more for our cab program, and we had 4 barrels. And then Rod planted the new cab vineyard, another one of our experiments, and we wanted to show what we can do when we start from the vineyard and we do everything right and spend the money and do it perfect.
The vineyard, the idea of this vineyard is that it's very gravelly, rocky clay soil, and a location that was probably the best spot we could find for planting Cabernet. So we put in an 80-acre vineyard. Alongside that, there's about 15 acres of the Terwaldigo, which Susie and Hanu mentioned. That's a really big, bold wine that we're putting into our reserve program as well. We're just gonna train these vines right on up to here, and then we're gonna let them go. We're not gonna use any labor in here. The main thing is the labor. Granted, it's expensive, but there's a period where we can't even get it to do the work. So we have to start thinking about, we got to get the job done without labor or minimum labor.
We are a medium winery. We always joke and say we're a big, small winery, but the reality is that we're right in the middle. We're not a massive winery where we have to produce big bulk lots. We also do that. We do custom crush, pastables. We still focus on quality, but we have the luxury of being able to focus on small lots as well. And we have the luxury of not being a small winery where we're handicapped by the equipment we can have or the tank capacity. As a production facility, we can process about 6,000 tons in a harvest, and we do that with a minimal amount of people. We don't have a very big crew. We have a very effective crew, which ties in to how we always try to be sustainable. For us, and sustainability means to be economical, to take care of the environment, and to be socially equitable and take care of our people, because people are what makes a business.
We have to take care of the soil, we have to take care of the water. We're trying to make wine, but without, like I said, without creating a huge impact in our nature. We reuse everything that we process, in, like, say, in the juices or the skin, everything gets used. Or, when we press the skins out of the whites, it goes to a dairy where the cows eat the must of it.
The whole biofilter concept, that I actually saw at the symposium in Sacramento 3 or 4 years ago, was very intriguing, to the point that for such a simple process, it's so efficient. And what we've been working with in the past was trying to figure out how to use pumps and engineering and things that just never solved the problem.
Odor.
And yeah, odor being a problem, not really cleaning the water as well as we should. And so now with this system, not only is the odor literally completely gone, the neighborhood is very pleased with us. The ultimate benefit is the cleanliness of the water that comes out that we can just put right back out into these vineyards is world class. What we're doing is spending a lot of money aerating the pond and trying to time things correctly, and now it's just a non-issue.
Definitely one of the big sides of winemaking that a lot of people don't see is the fact that we use a lot of water, which reduces processed water, and then that has to go somewhere. And for us, we had a pond system that we had to irrigate into the fields to get rid of our processed water. Rod ran into the system that had worms, and he told me about it, and I was like, sounds interesting. It's I like the fact that it's not complicated, but I don't know how effective can it be. The system promised 98% clean water, which is what we've got. We've got this whole team of worms that doesn't cost us anything. They work hard and they seem to thrive, and it's just the simplicity of the system that we love.
The main fact for me is to know that we spent time looking at other engineered systems that, quote unquote, we're going to solve our problem. And certainly with oodles and oodles of money, I guess it might, but nothing seemed practical and really satisfied us, I guess, to the point where after looking at this and seeing the results and talking to a few others who have already used it, to me it was more than apparent that this is the way to go, and quite frankly I think everybody should take a look at it. It is that good, and I wouldn't be here preaching to you if it wasn't. It is that good. What we're seeing or what we're hearing about is all sorts of processing, not just wineries but dairies that are using this and other food processors, and so what a great way to solve your wastewater problems.
To be a sustainable farming family, all of the different things that we've tried to do, not just economically but sustainable for the environment and the wine industry. It's changing, especially this year. So we do everything that we can within our power to help not just our children but generations to come. And hopefully then the next after that can keep this growing, and you'll see it change even again.